As the spiritual consciousness starts to develop through the practice of self-refinement in life, the sense of selfless service of others also starts expanding at a similar pace. Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya ji. Book name Bhagwan ko mat behkaiye. Do not patronize God. Book introduction. Have you ever wondered who is God? What are the various forms they are available in? It is nothing but energy. We have not witnessed this energy, and hence we have assumed multiple forms of God as per our convenience. It depends on whose perspectives are we visualizing. If a frog is to draw a picture of God, he will only draw a picture of another frog and call him as their God. Be it any creature, they will always draw a picture as per their understanding and perspective. There is no fixed form of God in which they are present. We have assumed and drew a mental image from our perspective, convenience, faith, and containment. Now imagine if there is no face, no particular form available, and if someone says, I will feed God with delicacies, I will offer clothes, I will offer money, I will offer pleasantries, how is this possible? You would have also heard often people saying, Oh my dear Lord, I have surrendered myself unto you, I am your devotee, I am your servant, and I will serve you forever. Such acts are very childish in nature and are not for mature adults, to say the least. What do we do then? When we say surrender, it means to merge ourselves, dissolve ourselves, to give ourselves entirely into the service of others. Like a drop in the ocean, we cannot segregate it once it is merged within the sea. Similarly, when we dissolve or merge ourselves with God, it provides us with that same energy available in God's form. So what exactly should we do now? We should fulfill the desires of God. And what are the desires? You can only find God in two forms: self-refinement and devotion. What is self-refinement? We should work for the welfare of the people, help the needy, and make their life easier and free of suffering. History is full of examples of devotees who were very enthusiastic about charitable works. Why were they doing this? They refined themselves enough to feel the pain of others and help them in needy situations. The two most important things in self-refinement are being empathetic and compassionate for our fellow humans. What exactly is empathy? It is nothing but the act of perceiving, understanding, experiencing, and responding to another person's emotional state and ideas. It has always been a critical skill for leaders in any organization or setup, but given the pandemic the world has faced, it is now taking on a new level of meaning and priority. In the past, we always associated empathy with positivity and positive people. In fact, it demonstrates much more than that has yielded positive outcomes for innovation, retention, inclusivity, and engagement in organizations. What is bhakti, that is devotion, from God's perspective? Knowing what another person is feeling, the cognitive capacity to take the perspective of the other person, or having an intention to respond to another person's distress, the regularity, ability to keep track of and separate the origins of feelings of self from the origins of feelings of the other person. If we wish to know and correlate the science behind it, it is the mirror neurons. These are identified as a class of cells in the brain, both animal and human, that fire when an individual observes another person or animal having some sort of experience or sensation. This scientifically proves the phrase "I feel your pain" in literal terms. Few excerpts from the book. When devotion arises, it brings compassion. As the spiritual consciousness starts to develop through the practice of life, the sense of selfless service of others also starts rising at a fast pace. He whose every action is dedicated to God, he is the greatest yogi. Karma Yoga is another name for performing duty associated with higher goals. When we turn our backs on the helpless, we walk in disrespect to God. Few topics covered in the book are forms of God. Psalm is a way of life. Do not patronize God with your sweet tone.